Just minutes later, the same aircraft touches down with no landing gear, no flaps, no spoilers. It slides the entire length of the runway. So what happened in those few minutes? Because the answer is not as simple as a bird strike.
Mayday! Bird strike! We are going around.
A Boeing 737 is seconds away from landing. Gear down, flaps set, stable approach. Everything looks normal. Then, it flies straight through a flock of birds. Smoke appears. The pilots declare Mayday. December 29th, 2024. 4 hours into a routine night flight from Bangkok to South Korea. Nothing unusual. No technical issues. No warnings. And that's important, because whatever happened, happened fast. Very fast.
Bird activity in the area. Roger, bird activity, maintaining visual on the runway.
Air traffic control reports bird activity in the area. That's common. Pilots hear it often. It doesn't mean abort the approach. It means stay alert. The aircraft continues descending 500 feet, fully configured, committed to land, and then impact. Video shows smoke from the right engine. A smaller burst near the left. Within seconds, Mayday, Mayday, Mayday. Now pause here. Pilots don't normally declare Mayday for a simple bird strike. So something else was happening in that cockpit. And this is where things get interesting. Right after the go-around begins, the aircraft's tracking signal disappears. A DSB stops transmitting. Both flight recorders stop recording, almost at the same time. That's not normal. Because even if both engines fail, some systems should still keep working. Unless there was a significant electrical power loss. And if that happened, the situation changes dramatically. Let's talk about what that means. On a Boeing 737, losing AC electrical power affects far more than lights. It can mean no normal flap movement, no hydraulic gear extension, no spoilers, limited flight control assistance. In extreme cases, the aircraft reverts to manual reversion. That means no hydraulic boost. The pilots are physically moving the control surfaces with cables and pulleys. It's heavy, it's slow, and precision becomes harder. In footage of the final approach, the aircraft makes subtle S-turns. That can happen when controls are sluggish. It doesn't prove anything, but it fits the pattern. Now, here's another key moment. The aircraft turns back toward the opposite runway. To do that, it needs altitude. In simulator training, a powerless 180-degree turn can cost up to 2,000 feet, so the aircraft must have climbed, at least briefly. That suggests either partial thrust or temporary electrical availability. But here's the twist. When it comes back for landing, something is clearly wrong. Flaps are up, gear is still retracted, most external lights are off, except one. A small emergency exit light is visible, and that light automatically illuminates during AC power loss. That detail matters, because if AC power was gone, hydraulic electric pumps wouldn't operate, normal gear extension wouldn't work, flaps wouldn't move, spoilers wouldn't deploy, reversers might not function, and directional control could be limited. Now, imagine approaching a runway at high speed with reduced systems, knowing you may not have full braking capability. Touchdown happens far down the runway. Speed appears high. Without flaps, approach speed could be near 200 knots. First, the tail contacts, then the right engine nacelle, then the left. No spoilers deploy, no gear absorbs impact, no normal braking. The wings continue producing lift, which means less weight on the ground, which means less friction, which means the aircraft keeps sliding. It passes the remaining runway, it crosses the clearway, and then it impacts a concrete structure beyond the runway. A very hard collision. Now, some people immediately blamed that concrete structure. But ask yourself, at that speed, without braking systems, how far would the aircraft have traveled anyway? Airports are built to strict safety standards, but they cannot be designed for every extreme scenario, especially one involving high-speed touchdown. No landing gear, no spoilers, no braking, halfway down the runway. This wasn't a typical overrun. This was something far more complex. So, what really happened inside that cockpit? Did both engines lose thrust? Did the generators drop offline? Was the APU started? Did hydraulic pressure collapse? Was manual gear extension attempted? We don't know yet. And here's the reality. Without full flight recorded data, investigators face a difficult puzzle. In simulator training, a combined dual-engine failure and electrical degradation scenario is one of the most demanding exercises pilots face. Task separation becomes critical. One pilot flies, nothing else. The other runs memory items and tries to restore power. But in real life, it's different. Warnings, altitude loss, time pressure, radio calls, visual references all at once, decisions in seconds, and sometimes with incomplete information. Were there mistakes? Possibly. In aviation accidents, there usually are contributing factors. But this may not have been a simple pilot error. It may have been a cascading systems event. Electrical loss affecting hydraulics, hydraulics affecting flight controls, flight controls affecting landing configuration, a chain reaction. And until the final report is released, any firm conclusion would be speculation. What we do know is this: the event escalated rapidly. Multiple systems may have been compromised, and the crew was dealing with an extremely complex situation in a very short time frame. Aviation has become extraordinarily safe because every accident is studied in detail. And when the final report is released, we will learn exactly what happened. And when we do, the narrative may change. If you appreciate deep, system-based aviation analysis without speculation, subscribe. Because when the verified facts arrive, we'll break them down properly. And the full picture may be very different from what you've heard so far.
Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to our channel, and share your thoughts in the comments.